Sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need.
Is spiritualism a religion? My answer is no. Anyone that suggests it should be doesn't fully understand the universal laws that spiritualism is founded upon. Religion requires one specific element, and that is faith. By the mere virtue of requiring faith as the foundation of religion, it is a concept that cannot be definitively proven. It is not based on fact, scientific principles, or theory. I started having spiritual experiences as a young child. My interest and belief in the spirit realm was never in doubt or question. That is because it was based on my own experiences. I accept that certain principles of spiritualism are difficult for some to accept or understand, but many people have not had their own experiences, or they have chosen to dismiss or diminish those experiences by shutting themselves off from them for fear of ridicule or being labeled with mental illness. As a child, and because of my experiences growing up, I was always aware of the spirit realm. Although I may not have understood it, I knew that what I had experienced was real and thought that science just hadn't developed the technology to test and prove these concepts. While some may laugh at this statement, I will note that before microscopes were invented, people laughed at the suggestions of germs. People have always been too quick to dismiss anything that lay beyond their limited senses. My belief was that we just did not have the technology or equipment sensitive enough to measure and prove the elements of spiritual influence in and around our lives. As technology has advanced, that has now changed, and while a certain degree of faith is still required for some, it is becoming harder to dismiss aspects of spiritualism with key concepts being scientifically proven and with current technology and research. Initially, I thought spiritualism was just about acknowledging that we had an eternal soul, and that a part of us, the soul, lived on after we died. I believed that if we used our intent and focus, using meditation and other techniques, we could develop our natural psychic and intuitive abilities. This would allow us to communicate with our dearly departed loved ones and guides, who could help and guide us in our daily lives. I've now come to understand that spiritualism also encompasses aspects of quantum physics, concepts such as alternate dimensions, frequency, vibration and resonance, the concept of time, though not quite as we generally understand it, with differing timelines and interdimensional travel. The subject area is now so vast that it touches just about every aspect of our lives, and the way we live and treat ourselves and each other, as well as our home planet. Scientific research is now beginning to understand some key spiritual concepts. We have devices that measure frequencies and detect energy signatures, also, vibration that is outside the range of suppressed human senses. We are beginning to accept there is more to life than what we can see, hear and feel with our limited and suppressed senses. Many people now understand that we live in a world that comprises different dimensions. We have new theories for time travel and of alternative timelines.
Sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll have what you need, what you need.
We can also understand the concept of our everlasting soul better, and science is studying consciousness, including transfer of that consciousness between vessels. We also have the ability to capture images of auras and interpret them to get a sense of who a person is and how healthy they are, based on the colors and vibrancy of their aura. Aspects of quantum physics accept that everything in our world is made up of energy, and it has its own unique vibration and energy signature. We understand that the lower the vibration or frequency, the denser the matter is.
And sometimes you just gotta believe.
Things previously considered as woo-woo can now be proven as fact. Many more subjects and concepts have and continue to be scientifically tested and proven. I understand that not all that has been discovered has been disclosed to us in mainstream science, and so, I prefer to refer to spiritualism as a belief system just waiting for science to catch up. Spiritualism is just as much about science and the universe as it is about a divine creator and a God figure.
And sometimes you just gotta believe.
I believe our creators handed down a set of universal laws for humanity to live by. These universal laws then became corrupted, and the remaining limited concepts founded the basis of many of the religions people follow today. When we consider what is at the core of most religions, we can see that most have the same or similar principles, and most recognize one true God. The only difference is, they have different ways of recognizing and honoring that God. I think in some regions, where certain religions were founded, aspects of those religions also came from things we now consider as science, such as basic food safety. An example being that pigs were considered dirty animals, based on pork being a difficult meat to store and leading to food poisoning. The separation of meats, vegetables, and dairy for storage and food preparation, again, due to basic hygiene in cooking and food preparation. The idea of cows being sacred, well, I view that as a simple concept. You don't need to eat meat to be healthy, so why kill and eat the animal that produces milk, a valuable food and the foundation for so many other nutritious foods? Religion has created a lot of division, war, death, and heartache.
And sometimes you just gotta believe.
I believe that the time has come for us all to set aside our differences. Rather than fight over religion, we should recognize that each faith has one true God. We should respect each other's choice as to how we choose to honor that God figure. We should focus on the commonalities and positive aspects of religion and bringing an end to the division, the hate between different faiths. The old religions were against war, choosing to live in harmony with each other and our home planet. Our current religions were less tolerant and in pursuit of power, dominance, and recognition promoted war and death to gain compliance and allegiance to their lore. I feel many religions were created as a political means to both influence and control the masses. If you did not conform to the promoted or dominant religion of the time, you could not be managed and therefore had to be excluded, by whatever means necessary. Sadly, far too many lives have been lost, far too much pain, loss, heartache, and destruction has been created as a result of something that is supposed to be based in unconditional love. It's time to end this repeating cycle. We need to step forward onto the path of light and strive for unity. It is time to put down our weapons, set aside negative emotions such as hate and resentment. Reach out to each other with a hand of friendship, with warmth in our hearts and with tolerance and compassion. We should learn to live in harmony with each other and our beautiful planet. It's time to end the division and conflict. We need to recognize that we are all God's children. We all have a valuable role to play, irrespective of our position or wealth. No loving parent or God would enjoy or encourage their children to fight with, harm and kill each other, certainly not in their name. Only a dictator would ask that, and so, it is my belief that any God figure inspiring such acts is a false God. Any religious leader inspiring such action is a false prophet. Strive for unity and peace. U. Unconditional love for each other and ourselves. N. Saying no to division, conflict, and war. I. Integrity in all we do. T. Together we stand and together we will succeed. Y. Yearn for true equality, a better and more fulfilling society. And so, it shall be done. The promised land awaits, for those who choose unity. By the power of our combined will and intent. It is done.
Sometimes you just gotta believe what you need. Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the black. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need.
If you're interested in learning more about spiritualism and want to develop your natural abilities, please like and subscribe. Comment below to start a discussion. Hit the bell to get notified when new content is published. You can also register your interests on my website. Tell me what your interests are. Help me build a community-led channel. You can become part of a new spiritual community. Check out my website for further information and links. I don't have any sponsors, so any recommendation that I make will be on merit. Because I choose to work this way, I ask that, if you find value in my work, or any recommendation that I make, you consider making a small donation. Links are on this page, and the website. You could also book a mentoring session or a reading, or consider buying something from my online store. This will help me to keep on working on my spiritual mission. Thank you for your subscription and your support for this channel. Together we can achieve unity, and a better world, full of peace, fulfillment, and prosperity for all. And so it shall be done. By our combined will and intent, it is done. Blessings. May peace be with you.
We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the